We have Jesse Jur, an assistant professor of textile engineering, chemistry, and science at NCSU. He looks at innovative ways to integrate electronics and textiles, specifically towards human interaction and energy harvesting. 3 words that describe him are energetic, open-minded, and optimistic. Thanks.
All right, we're going to get a little techie here, okay? So bear with it. All right, so as I tell my students, it's very simple. Earth provides humans power to build cities. And from this power, we're actually very wasteful. And are there ways in which we can recycle this wasted power? And that's actually what we're here to talk about today. So I work at a very cool place called Centennial Campus at NC State. I'm a scientist, and I think bow ties are cool. What can I say? So, at Centennial Campus, we make ideas reality. And I would have to say, so I'm in the College of Textiles, and I would have to say that I probably think about textiles a little bit different than most everyone in here. So when I look at a textile, I look at things that you can do with textiles that are not natural for their particular, what they are particularly used for, which is your clothing. So how can we maximize their possibilities? So for example, I integrate electronics into them, and I integrate things like renewable energy. Or energy harvesting. And I think that textiles is almost like another renewable energy harvesting source. So things like biomass, solar, wind, geothermal, and hydro, these are all things that we invest time and money in, and we integrate this into the energy grid. But in general, what I contest to say is that textile is actually another renewable energy source. But it's actually not the textile, it's you. So when I talk about you, I'm not talking about like you going out and lifting weights or running around on a wheel like a gerbil to generate power. I'm actually talking about your everyday activity. So your everyday activity would be is actually quite powerful. So you give off a lot of body heat, you breathe, your chest expands as you breathe. There's energy that's able to be captured within this motion. And so that's what we're trying to do. But there's a lot of sources of power on your body that are easier to harvest than others. For example, thermal energy. So in general, thermal energy can be harvested by the temperature difference between your skin and the atmosphere. And scientists have created devices that allow you to do this. So that's one particular type. Another particular type would be kinetic motion. So when you have kinetic motion, you actually are moving joints around. It's creating stresses and strains around your body. So you can walk, you can type, you can jog, and all of this can be harvested into power. Some things are actually a little bit more better than others, where you're a juggling fireman up over here. So in general, you're able to harvest about 10 watts of power on a human body. That's after you take away all the bad parts about doing this. And it's actually not a whole lot. But if a lot of people do it, you can actually, a lot of people harvest power, then you can actually start to generate a lot of power, maybe enough power to power up remote parts of the world that are not necessarily on an electricity grid. So now humans generate power, but now the question is, what do we do with this? And then how can we actually access it once we start to have large quantities of it? So this is where textiles comes into play. A major advancement in textiles really has been the compression shirt. And the compression shirt has been it provides a very intimate contact with your body. Such contact can allow us to it can allow for the energy transfer from your body into the clothing very easily. And so now you can actually then create devices that go onto this clothing and almost make it serve as like an energy grid. So you have a lot of these hot spots on your body that generate power, and this goes down to a rechargeable battery that then you can access this power a little bit later on. And of course, this is again, this is actually the inspiration for one of a National Science Foundation funded research center at NC State called ASSIST, which is the Advanced Self-Powered Systems of Integrated Sensors and Technologies. Clever. All right, so in this program, what we do is we are trying to reinvent a wearable healthcare system. We try to monitor your physical condition as well as the air around you, and we try to make it accessible to you so you can personalize this. One such accomplishment that we've had is actually an EKG patch. So this is actually measuring your heart rate signal. You can place this on your body. and it measures your heartbeat continuously for long periods of time. It's all battery free, so it all takes power from your body. So basically it transmits this data, it sends it off to the cloud, and then your doctor calls you. But this only takes a little bit of power, but in general, if you can actually start generating a lot more power, you can start doing a lot of cooler things. And especially towards households or even towards multiple living spaces like or where you have living space and workplace actually integrated in. So how do you actually get this power in? Well, the great things about clothes is the fact that you take them off. And as you take them off, you take your shirt off, you put it onto a hanger, and then you put your hanger onto a rack, and the rack is connected to the wall. Well, that's where your wiring is for your house. So that's one particular option. It doesn't really affect your life at all. Another type would be sleep. And as you sleep, you could have either your battery that's on your shirt plug into the mattress, or it could actually wirelessly transmit some of this power directly into your shirt or directly into your bedding. It's just like a reverse heat blanket. But there's actually more. It could actually be like a wearable weight loss program. The laws of thermodynamics still have to abide here, okay? So you intake calories and then you expend calories as you move around. Well, the shirt, you may actually have the opportunity to expend more energy than not. So I hope what I've done is I've shown you that humans can feed power back into Earth. And in doing so, we can actually create a lot of new possibilities for concepts of renewable energy harvesting through you. And of course, one of the major things that I have to do is I have to run a research group, and this research group is probably one of my most important things besides my wife. And these people, thanks, Paige. All right, so these people really kind of inspire me. We create new concepts, we think, and we do. So that's what we do at NC State. All right, that's it, and I hope you'll have a great SPARKCon.